Right, I'm preparing mackerel strips for a session I'm doing next week on the Bristol River Avon. It's only a couple of miles up from the Bristol Channel, the estuary at Avonmouth, so the water's really brackish. I'm not targeting freshwater species. I'm going to be targeting flatfish, even sea bass potentially, and what is a good bait is something called mackerel strips, which are essentially diagonal strips across the mackerel and then hooked and twisted a little bit. So I'm just going to show you how to prepare those. So this is was a frozen mackerel, dead bait for piking over a year ago. It's been in my freezer. So I've defrosted it in some water outside. I need to cut open the mackerel with a nice sharp knife. There's going to be plenty to discard here, so cut it down the belly. Actually, take the head off first. Say goodbye to that, although it could be a useful pike bait. And then basically, when you've slit open the belly, there'll be, as you can see, a load of guts in there. Really actually comes out in pretty much in one go. Just cut that off. Scoop it into the bowl. Carry on. Essentially what you're doing is filleting. So filleting is removing the main bone from the fish, as you can see here. Try and keep as much meat on as possible. Chop the tail off as well. I hope no fishmongers are watching this, because this is pretty amateur. Yeah, make sure you've got two sides of the fish. The mackerel, don't need the tail either, there you go. And then what you're going to do with as sharp a knife as possible is cut strips diagonally across the body of the fish. So this knife could be sharper. I'm cutting them about 1 to 2 centimeters wide. Now that's cutting all right. There you go, so the strips are, there you go, about that long. 5 centimeters or so, plenty of meat on the back and that nice oily skin on the front. So carry on cutting those size pieces along the mackerel, and then maybe keep the bit near the tail as one strip on its own as well. So I've done one side, do the same with the other. Actually smells great. I thought it was going to be really disgusting, but it smells like nice fresh fish. I think that I'd keep that as a strip. That's a biggish one. And then in a bit I'll show you how to hook these later on in the next video. But essentially you'll be putting a hook through the skin, then passing it back through the flesh, through the skin again. Do that a couple of times. There's no way that will come off then. And in the process of doing that, twist the meat as well, so you've got a bit of a twist to the whole thing. Ace, ready for fishing.